Hello, and welcome to Today in Sudoku for August 2nd. We're going to talk about a new AI prompt for Dr. Sudoku. This is where we're at in our second month now of the series. And right now, this is important to know this is true right now. I don't know if this will stay true. I'm in control of Dr. Sudoku. Like, it is following my lead in terms of puzzles it's making. In July, it was releasing all sorts of things I might not have approved, either it or maybe Mars. Someone locked me out of the Discord for over a week. I didn't shout out about it. I don't care. I was trying to be off the Discord that week, but I know I was timed out for a week. Like, a lot of stuff was happening that maybe not everyone was noticing. It was freaking me out a bit. But right now I'm in control. We've had sufficient puzzles crashing the system. I'm pretty sure I can stay in control for as long as I want to be. But we might have a time I write a grid and then say, I really need this grid for tomorrow. Can you help? And this is what Dr. Sudoku or someone else, and it could be for a few days in the future. Don't think this is an immediate prompt, can make. This is August 2nd on the bottom. I made a puzzle with a big S, signaling someone or signaling something. Well, what I was signaling is we're rebranding the series. It's still going to be the story of something. It'll be the story of S question mark. Well, it's the story of SS question mark. It could still be self-setting Sudoku. It could be spectacular sunrises. Anyway, Dr. Sudoku took my red S and made a puzzle that has givens in the shape of an S, and everything else is just a grayed out cell. And that's the puzzle you're going to be getting in about 10 minutes on the blog. So we hope that if you have your own prompts for what to make, not just send us the puzzles, you could just send us the prompt, like make us a spectacular sunrise puzzle. We're in the story of SS mode for this month, and any SS phrase is something you can send to us. So let's even just say that. Send us a subscribe, solve, or SS phrase. For sure, the typical ways to prove your intelligence are going to be here. There's something this month we're going to keep drawing attention to, and I will just jump to it quickly. The GAS team has had this is now the second day of a hidden contest or hidden puzzle. It's not a contest, there's no prize. The prize is you get a bonus hat. It's an emoji on a Discord. You can't necessarily print it or frame it or put it on a wall, but figure it out. You get a reward if you figure out what tomorrow's puzzle is. Please put your guesses and spoilers, but over this series, over the next 30 days, if you keep paying attention to today's grid or today's Discord prompt or something else, like something you can experience if you're experiencing the GAS puzzle, that might tell you what tomorrow will bring. I wasn't able to, and no one was able to guess Frame Sudoku was the August 1st puzzle. I got much closer. I won't say more than that for the August 2nd puzzle, and I'm pretty confident that anyone on the GM Puzzle site can enjoy this full series if they are only in our space and don't always go to that other spot that's more popular and also probably better, but just it's not a place I go. I don't watch it. I can't tell you what's there. This was an easier prompt to do. I have on the slide a harder prompt. I'm going to spoil one of my... I don't know a way to release tomorrow's puzzle without spoiling prior work. And maybe if you've never watched these puzzles, you won't have this issue. I want to have your comments on Naughty or Nice by Santa Claus. This is meant to look like a Sudoku. It might at all be a Sudoku, but it has a single question mark. And what I want your answer to be is what should go in the place of that question mark. And a lot of answers are possible. A lot of answers are correct. This has more than one solution, so it's not a proper puzzle, whatever this is. It had a different answer when I was younger versus when I'm older. People went to like an engineering school versus liberal arts school. A lot of things could be happening here. I do a lot of creative stuff with puzzles and with art, and I want people to sort of experience that in a new way. So that's a prompt for the day, is to figure out what's going on before the next video here, which will blow the surprise. Final thing is just a reminder about the streams that are coming up. SudokuCon, a place I've been contributing, and really exciting aspect of where I'm starting to get into the Cryptic Sudoku community myself. Like, I've never found a welcoming door, and I don't want to solve a 50-minute puzzle, but I do want to solve interesting puzzles. Well, two setters and constructors, two setters and solvers, two people in this community I have never met, but I think at least one of them is Europe-based and might be at the next SudokuCon. Naverio and the Pedaling Pianist are going to be doing just one cell streams. Some of the puzzles I wrote, some of the puzzles I've never seen because they were written well after the event, is going to be later today. And this is, again, a style I invented 15 years ago with Weiwa Wang, where you can slowly trace your path to a number. I did in classic Sudoku. These artists are painting it in Cryptic Sudoku styles with different variants doing these steps. So they'll have the same kinds of break-ins as full puzzles, and I think it'll be a really great thing to see. The reason I bring it up again is the prior stream from SudokuCon I didn't get to watch. I watched the first anatomy of a puzzle. This is a series where a setter and a solver well, the solver goes through a puzzle and the person who made it tells the story of it as it's happening, and hopefully doesn't just have to like give hints to someone because it's too difficult or anything else, or they've made a mistake. I saw the grid that was coming up at the start of this video, and I said, ooh, that's actually a curious idea that I've never seen before and would love to try. I'm not going to necessarily outdo the puzzle's author, Palfly, for this Knack Danaban. This has a misspelling. Normally, Knack Danaban is B-E-N at the end, which is a German, I think, board game. It has to do with being one-off. Maybe it's a German phrase. I don't know the full etymology. It's used a lot in puzzles for like a skyscrapers with this constraint, like a 4 in the grid could be a 3 or a 5, one-off if you're there. This is a different meaning of one-off. This is a Renban line missing something in the middle. So a series like 1 missing 3 or 1, 2, 3 missing 5 could happen. And again, in a Renban, you can write them in any order. So as long as 1, 2, 3, 5 are on the line, that's an okay set. If this is 1, 2, 3, 4, that doesn't work because the missing number would have to be a 5 or a 0. And I have 2 different reasons those are wrong. At least the 0 has 2 different reasons it's wrong. But this seemed like a fun thing to try, and when I actually opened up the puzzle, it looked like less than 100 people had solved it. So this is the right space of a constructor I've met. I haven't solved any of their puzzles. This is being pointed to their puzzle by a different reason, which is theirs is going to be highlighted on the SudokuCon channel. I'm going to do this one live. I'm going to see how that solving goes. I'm going to try to do it in SudokuPad. We know I don't always have the best history with these things here. I'm going to play with new notation in this. And I'm mostly going to talk out loud as stream of consciousness when I get started. I'm not sure what it will look like in the middle of the solve. I don't have any music playing in my ears, so I'm not in my normal Zen space of going super fast. Let me actually reset the time so I at least have the time credible to this. 3 givens, those are awesome to see. I think having a few givens is nice actually still in puzzles. I'm seeing 3, I see 4 lines that are 4 long. I see 2 lines that are 2 long. So these lines are going to be interesting in their own sake because they're going to be of the same parity and 2 apart. And this, so like up here, a 3 isn't on this line, but this could be 2, 4, any form of 2, 4, 6, 8. That's all good. This could be 7, 9. And I want to delete the numbers, not the colors. That's just entering colors. Why are you so, come on, yeah. That's one thing. But these are the least like normal Renban. My guess is normal Renban is the most important to look at, and where I had like this space as the most constrained things. I'm just going to mark these in another light color. Is there a way to choose a, that's not so light, but that's okay. These are the right spots to look, and this set seems the most prime because it's touching that 5. The 5 actually sees all cells on this line, and that's for sure the break-in the setter had in his mind. Nowhere else is there going to be a break into this puzzle. I'd put 100% on it unless you massively overuse computer solving or overthinking. It has to be in this upper left zone. Renbans that have 5 in a set always have 5, and a Renban that's missing a cell in the middle will always then also have to account for a 5. The 5 is either in the set or missing. So like one way to say that is there is a 5 or a 5 missing in these cells, and in this case the 5 must be missing. So somewhere in this pink set, let me now color this a different color. So somewhere in blue are 4 and 6, and we've got to do more than that. But notice that this yellow set, also all those cells see 4 and 6 fully. So now 5, 4, 6 is a blocker in the middle of the space. So on the low end, I have 1, 2, 3, but this sees 1. So on the low end, I have 2, 3 here. Those are both gone. Absolutely gone. And then on the high end, I have 6, 7, 8, 9, but the 6 is also gone. So I have 7 and 9 must be in those cells. And that's got to be a great start to do more in this grid. What are we going to do with that? Well, if 7 is here, 7 now sees the 4, 6. And so now I have something I'm much happier with. This has to be 2, 3, 4, 6 because I can't put a 7 in this space. So 6 is the maximum number. The others are down below. And now I think I have enough to do some stuff working across. One thing I see is like if this is 2, 3, 4, 6, everything in blue sees this stuff. Let's make it green. Sees all these cells. So a 1 is nowhere near this space. So 1s are down here and exactly there. This also doesn't want like a 2 to be suddenly here, or 3. This is 5, 7, 8, 9. Those are the only numbers that aren't 1 and aren't 2, 3, 4, 6. And this needs to have a gap somewhere in it, so this always has a 5. The gap is the 6, and then 7, 8. Brilliant. And we have a 9 over here. 9 up top, 9 over here means 9 down here. 5 and 7 means 5 and 7. This now doesn't want a 6, so the 6 is elsewhere. Do I know more about that yet? So this could be a 4 or an 8. If this is an 8 and this is an 8, there's no place for an 8 here, so this is a 4. I'm now going to specifically color. Like what I do now in puzzles sometimes with colors, I lock in when I have a pair or triple. Those notes now are very different from every other note that I'm seeing visually. And I wish like the Renban lines weren't as dark, because, and I also wish I could write at the top but centered. Let me tell you a thing I do not like about Snyder notation if I type shift here. Let me do it this way. When I write in a paper puzzle, I have 2 3s in these spots, and I then come back and say I have 2 2s in this spot. I'm trying to have the 2s in a different part of the space than that, but look at how now my 3 notes aren't in the same visual spot in the cell. My 3 notes are now in a place I didn't want them to be. So I don't ever use corner marks. I want SudokuPad where corner mark is a fully disabled feature and like shift just lets me enter colors or something that's a better set of than like hitting the letter V, like the space bar being color, anything. I want that customizability, and I don't have it in any other tool, but anyway, I should be solving this puzzle. I love SudokuPad for what it does. I hate SudokuPad for what it doesn't do. And we're going to keep playing with it. But for sure, in blue, I have a quadruple. In green, I have a triple. In yellow, I have a triple. In this set, I have a triple. Here, I don't yet. So let me remove the colors I was putting at the start to just say those were cool spots. I don't want color there. And these are otherwise generally just notes about positions. They're not Snyder notation type 1 because I don't think this puzzle needs that. Okay. 4 is in here, it's not in here, which means 4 is in here, which means it's not here, which means it's there. 4 is there. Typing a 4 and getting red is not what I want to see, because then also like 2, 3, 6, 8 is up top. I still need to make this be a valid Renban with 1 off, and what's that going to be? So 7's nowhere near this. If 9 and 8 both dodge, this is like 2, 3, 6. That's not going to work. So 6 is in here, but I think the 8 and 9, at least the 8, wants to be part of the set with a missing 7. So I sort of want 8, 6 on this for this to work. So somewhere in that space is a 6. That's still compatible with this, but I need a 6 to come down somewhere. So maybe I want to look over here. This has an 8. This does not have a 4. So there's a zone where the 2, 3 are both here and then gone. So this has effectively the one of the leftovers is both of the leftovers here. Both of what's here come down here. So this is from 2, 3, 6, 8. So let's just think about triples that use a 2, 3, 6, 8 thing. And let's start by just a case where neither 2 or 3 are in that. So like 6, 8 is over here. This can't be missing the 7. It can't grab to the 5, can't be the 9. So 8 as a high number is impossible for this space. Well, thank you. I'll put in all the cells, then I'll delete it from 2 others. 8 over here can't be in the space, so it has to be in the far right. Again, it's here, and it's not on this Renban with an extra. Renban. Let's say Renban. It's not the title of the puzzle. We'll use Renban here. I think 6 being here is also a problem. It's going to be missing the 5, can't come up to the 7, so this needs to be like 6, 4. Like this could be 6, 4 with a 3. Maybe that's still possible. Actually, no, do we have, this would be 4, 2, this would be 3, 6. That looks like it's possible, but it's getting to be more constrained. So this is another 2, 3, 6, 2, 3, 6. Let's say this is 2, 3. Maybe that's the way to go. I knocked it off from the top. Let's knock it down from the bottom. If this is a 2, I have to get up to a 4 with a 1, but the 1 is gone. I have to get up to a 5. How do I get 2, 3, 5 or 2, 4, 5 to fit in the space? Like, there's no way to do it. So 2, 3 don't work together is what I'm trying to say. 2, 3 can't be compatible here, so this does take a 6. 6 is not in these cells. It is in these cells. And then 2 or 3. This has to be 3. And this goes away, and this goes away. I've got 2, 4, 3, 6. This is 3, something, something, 6. 5 is in the column. This is a 4. That all looks good. That now leaves behind a 2 in the space. 9 and 2 aren't compatible, so the 9 goes away here, comes in here. This now must have a 5, and it's taking from 6, 7, 8, but the missing number is a 6, 7, or 8. We said that all these series are going to include a 5 or a missing 5. Well, if it includes a 1, it always has to have a 5. That's here. This series now is going to be missing the 5. So this is going to work the same way the one we had earlier in blue goes. So I'll just color it in blue, and then I'm going to quickly click back on numbers so I don't have to curse it, Sudoku pad. What can it be missing? Let's work on that a bit. Well, coming across from here is 4, 5, 6, 7, maybe 7, 8. Like it could be high, but it's probably tricky to be high. But we can do something easier actually for us. This has to take the 3, because 1, 2, something 5 with a 4 over here takes the 3. So it's brilliant on the low end. So this looks like it has to be on the high end. Like a 1 doesn't want to come in here. If this is missing a 5, it's not a series that's 1 something. So 1 is there. It's not a series that's missing 2. Like remember, we're going to have 4 and 6 in the space, and the 4 isn't here. And the 4 is the low number now. So this is 4, 6, 7, 8. So this is 2, 9 in the space. And these now actually form a quadruple with a 1, 2, 9 over here. So 1 is in the top here, so 1 is here. Do some of these vertical pointers sort of help us? We didn't sort of bookkeep this top space. Let's do that now. 3, 6 coming across, 3 is over here. 9's up top, 9 is here. If 9 is in that space, 3 is not in that space. And up here is 2, 8. So this is 2 on the left, 8 on the right. This cancels down. Oh, I'll just give up on removing 8 notes. There we are, 8 down. This is 9, it's missing a 7, it has a 6. The 7's vertical here, so I can remove it here. The 6 is vertical here, so I can place these. Puts a 6 here. We know we have a 2 here. We have a 9 here. We actually have more than that. We have 1, 2, 3 in a lot of spaces. This is 1, 2, 3. So 9 is nowhere near this. 6 could be near this, but one important thing is 1 is nowhere near that Renban. This could be 2, 4, 5. This could be 3, 4, 6, something like that. So I like thinking the 2, 3 is here, and then there's going to be like a 4, 5. So actually, what number can this be? This right now is 4, 7, 8. 4 is the only one that's in the right range. 6 is okay for this. 5 is okay for this. Nothing else works for that space in the column. 7 here, 8 here. This is now 5, 4, given the 4 is in these cells. 2, 9 in those, so this is 5, 6, 7. 9 coming across into this space. What can we do next? So we don't yet know a lot about this triple, but an 8 is in it because it's not over here. So an 8 is in one of these cells. This is now some triple that includes an 8. It may or may not include a 9. It needs to include something valid as a digit over here. So this is not 2 or 3. I like thinking this is 6 or 7. Let's say it's 7. If it's 7, it could be missing a 6 with a 5. But if that's true and the 5s already see it, that doesn't sound so good. I think this has to be a 6. I'm going to try to not go too fast here. So this is not a 5, although that would otherwise be okay. 5, 6, 8 missing 7. This is not a 7 because 6, 7 is straight. This is a 9. Putting a 9 with 2 and cleaning these. 6, 8, 9, 5 coming across. This is a 3, 7, not yet doing enough. 6 is removed from the cell. This is still now like 2, 3, 7. I don't know if that's helpful enough. But we do have knowledge of what's here. I sort of get things that I know a little better marked. So this is some form of 3, 7, 5. And so a 2 is somewhere here. This can't be a 7 up top. I should have marked that cleaner when I first did, or maybe I did and the other notations didn't propagate. Okay. 9 in this column is most forcing. I sort of feel these straight ones are the most forcing right now. Like we sort of have it where it could take a 5, it could take a 3. My guess is something like a 9 right here is never going to work because of 8 missing, and similarly a 7 here might not work. Can this be 7, 5, 4 right now? It looks like it technically could. That would make this, well actually it's going to cause an issue here, I think. 7, 5, 4, what do I have? 7, 5, yeah, the 4, 7, there it is. 4, 7 keeps this from having a 7 or 9 in it. So 9s are not in these spaces. I said 9 was up top, 9 is there, 9 is not here, 9 is here. The default entry, if I don't hold a space bar or something, should just be a number. Like, I'm not that excited by coloring that I want to keep like typing a number instead of being excited. I'm seeing like, there's a reason I like paper. Like, paper never disappoints. It's just paper. It's just paper. The puzzles are fun though. So if the puzzles are only here, I'm going to come to this space a little more frequently now. But 7 gone means 7 up top, means 4 and 6, means 6, 5, 6, 8. That's all good. The 4 is now here and a 1 is there, and that means a 4 is down here, and the 1 gives me a 1 and a 2. This needs a 3, and this is going to have to be 3, 5, 6 to be a thing. We'll take out the 9. The 9 moves over. 3, 5, 6 is a thing, means 8 with 7. This 5, 6, and 5, 8. A lot of low numbers here, so 8 and 7 can't both fit in this, so 8 has to dodge the Renban, so 8 goes there. 8, 5, 5, 6, 6, 3. This is a 2 to finish it. 3 to finish it. This is now the 5 with a 7. This is 1, 2 for sure, not missing that 7. 7 now given there. 7 coming down with the 7, 2. 2 and 1 puts 2, 3, 1. This now 1 probably wants to be in the line. This is a 4, probably wants to be in the line. 8. 8 on this line means it needs a 5. Gives 8, 9, 9, 7. So I have 5, 6. This is 6, gives 5, gives 5, gives 6, gives 3. 3 could also be in the line, but the 6 is going to dodge in almost all circumstances. 6 dodging means that is going to end up with 1 on the left. So 15-minute solve, the 69th solve, yay. Whatever internet thing I should say about that. Nice. That's a brilliant puzzle. Like, I love the idea. I could see constructing with it, not a ton of times, but 3 to 4 or 5 times. The break into the top with the green, the blues that's revisited in the middle is a nice callback, and I want a better tool for color, but I can do enough of what I want in SudokuPad. It's just counter to my goals too much of the time. So hope you enjoyed this puzzle. Hope you enjoyed today in Sudoku. As we said before, lots of ways to prove your intelligence to us. Just watching these videos can be enough, but like, comment, subscribe. It helps us out, and it brings more awareness to the things we're doing. Thanks, and have a great day.